So in today's lecture, we discuss about various modify commands used in AutoCAD. So let's start our tutorial on modify commands of AutoCAD. So you can see on the top of the toolbar, we have a modify toolbar here. In the previous lecture, we discussed about erase, copy, mirror, offset, array. So in today's lecture, we discuss about move, rotate, scale, trim, extend, break, join, chamfer and fillet. So we discuss about the major commands here. So let's start. First of all, I draw some entity. Let us say a rectangle is to be drawn. Let's create some lines or diagonal of the rectangle. Now here you can see I draw diagonals of this rectangle, and now I have to take one line in the center. Let's create a circle at the center point of this rectangle. Put C, enter. Having dimension of 200 as a radius. Now then go to the modify command here. Now first command is move. Previous we discussed about all the commands in previous lecture, and now in the new lecture we discuss about other commands in the modify. So first command here we have move. So click on move, or you can directly type MOV, which is the shortcut on your keyboard, and press enter. Now first of all you have to select the object which you want to move. So let us say I select this circle, press enter on your keyboard, and then define the base point from which you want to move the object. So this is the center of this rectangle, and this is our base point of this circle from which I want to move. Now when I click on this base point, you can see a circle moves in the direction in which you required. So let us say I just move this circle to this point. This is how you can apply move command on the entities. So in case of move command, the previous entity or the initial entity is gone, but you just carry away that entity to some other point. So this is your move command. Similarly, the next command is rotate. Now in case of rotate, you have to basically rotate the entity at certain point or at certain axis in case of 3D objects. In case of 2D objects, you have to define a point on which you want to rotate. So let us say go to modify, then click on rotate, or you can type arrow on your keyboard. So I just click here, the command starts. Now I have to select the object which I want to rotate. Let us say this rectangle is the object I want to rotate, then press enter, and now you have to define the base point about which the rotation happens. So let us say this is my base point, the corner of this rectangle. Now what happens when I just click here, see, I can rotate the rectangle as per my requirement. So you can see here the rectangle rotates as per your specifications. So you can give the angle at what angle you want to. Let us say the rotation angle is 45 degrees. So just type 45 on a keyboard and then enter. So by default, the system selects 45 degree with this reference line, and it is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So Control Z to get back to the initial position. So this is how you can rotate. Similarly, I can apply some other commands here. Let us say apply a scale command. Scale command is used to basically scale your object. Suppose your scale factor is 1 and you want to make the entity double the size. So what I do, I use scale. So I just click scale here, click on the object, and then press enter. Now define the base point about which the scaling happens. So let us say the center of the circle is my base point. Now give the scale factor. Now if you want to give the scale factor as 2, so press 2 and then enter. So what happens? Previously my radius of the circle is 130 and now it becomes 260. it becomes double because I give the scale factor as 2. Again, if you want to apply scale factor, so I just click on scale, select the object, press enter, define the base point, then define the scale factor as 0.5, half of the value. So I just press enter. Now again the circle comes to its original radius, that is 130 millimeters. You can measure it, go to the dimension, go to the radius, click here as a circle and see, okay, the circle is of 200, fine. So previously the circle is of radius 200, and when I apply a scale of twice, then it becomes 400, and then again I apply a scale of 0.5, half of that, then it becomes again 200. You can easily apply on this scale factor also. Go to modify, scale, select the object, enter, press, specify your base point. Now specify again, let us say my scale factor is 0.5 again. Now here your radius becomes now 100. You can select the radius in dimension, and you can see here the scale now radius is reduced to 100. So I just half the value of this circle. So this is how you can define the entities. You can do any scaling to any entity, whether it's a rectangle, line or something else. Okay, it's just a circle here so that I can easily explain to you. Now moving on to another command of modify, that is called trim. So trim command is very useful when you have to remove the unwanted entities in the drawing, like your drawing requires minimum number of lines, then you have to define that much amount of lines. So you have to don't delete all the drawing, but you have to trim some of the entities so that your drawing can be completed in all respects. So what I do, I just type tr, or you can go to modify or select trim from here. So I just type tr and then press enter. Your trim command start. Now what you have to do, you have to double tap the enter, 1 2, your trim commands. So your trim command starts. See, a red cross appears, that means this line is deleted. See, it's a very simple way to trim the unwanted lines in the drawing. So now Control Z to get back to your initial drawing. Again I show you again the trim command, tr, enter, then again enter, and then again enter. You have to press 2 times enter, tr, enter, enter. Okay, your command starts. Press escape to end the command. Control Z to get it to the initial position of the drawing. So this is how your trim works. Next we have extend. Now let us say for extend I draw a line here from this point to this point. Now extend is used when you have to join this line to your baseline. Let us say this is our baseline, this side of the rectangle is our baseline, and this is the line I want to join this this line I want to extend and join this baseline. So what I do, I just basically click on modify or go to extend, or you can type EX on a keyboard, press enter. Now select the object up to which you want to extend the line. So this is the object up to which I want to extend the line, and now select that object or entity which you want to extend. So this is the line I want to extend. Let us say again EX, enter, select the object, then again enter, select the object you want to extend. So you can see easily here when I hover my mouse on my this line which I want to extend to this base point, so your line becomes complete. So this is how you can extend the unextended lines to the base point. Again I can show you here. Go to modify, click on extend, select the object up to which your line want to extend, then select and then enter. Again select the object which you want to extend to the base point. So I just select this line. You can see your command completes and your line extended to this base line, and it becomes a single entity here. Okay, then next command in the modifier is your break. So you can type BR on your keyboard, or you can go to the modify and select break. Okay, I select from modify. Now select the object you want to break. Break is basically you have to divide the entity in two parts. So let us say I want to break this diagonal. Okay, so I just select this diagonal. Now the point at which you want to break, just click here. You can see this line is divided into two parts, and you can select these lines individually. Previously what happens, the entire diagonal is selected, but after applying the break command, your diagonal is divided into two parts as per your requirements. So you can see this is how you can define the break command. Even you can define break command some other way. So what I do, I just press Ctrl Z, modify, and then go to the break. Now select the object you want to break. Now you can define the point up to which you want to break the command. See, previously I just select the point and click on that point. So what happens, my lines appears to be joined, but it divided into two parts. But in this case, I can drag my mouse and I can clearly show it on the drawing that my line breaks into two parts with certain gap. When I click here, see, you can see a gap is created and the line is divided into two parts. So this is how you can also break the line. Control Z so that your line is completed. Now comes to modify again. Now here you can see the next command is your join.